I want to begin with a verse that comes out of Revelation chapter 2. You've probably heard this, but it says simply, "Yet I have this against you, you have forsaken your first love." You know the story here. Jesus is walking through the 7 churches of ancient Asia Minor. And as he comes to the first church, the church at Ephesus, he looks at them and commends them for many things. And yet, as he looks at them from top to bottom, he also says there's a need. There's a need for a change in the church. Something is missing. And he simply says that you've lost or abandoned your first love. I think that's a word not only for then, but a word for us today. They somehow lost their love for Jesus, or maybe for one another. They just weren't the people they used to be. Probably not totally bad or totally good, but they just somehow had lost their first love for Jesus. Listen, in Arkansas, among the 1,500 Southern Baptist churches, we need revival. We need it not only in Arkansas, but really across our nation. And sometimes the best thing we can do is simply go back to the basics. One person I respect is a man from history by the name of Gypsy Smith. Gypsy Smith was an evangelist years ago, late 1800s, early 1900s. And he was very successful. Many revivals took place under Gypsy Smith. And one thing that he said about the secret of revival is this is what you do. You go home, you lock yourself in a room, you get down on your knees, you take a piece of chalk and you draw a circle all the way around you. And then he said, pray, cry out to God that God would bring revival to everything inside that circle. That's the day in which we're living right now. We need revival. We need to get back to our first love. So with that in mind, I want to prompt us to pray in a couple different ways. First of all, I want to ask you, wherever you are watching this video today, that you would draw a circle around your church, that you would be the prayer warrior for your people, and that as you draw that circle around your church, that you would cry out and ask God to bring a real, fresh, new revival to your church. The second thing I want to ask you to do is that you would pray to God, asking Him for a renewed, a refreshed love for Jesus. We can do a lot of things, and we can be busy people. But at the heart of who we are as God's people is we need to be in love with Him, with Jesus. And so today, wherever you are, would you just say, God, refresh my life, refresh our church, refresh Arkansas Baptist, that we would fall in love with Jesus all over again. And the final prompt I want to give is that you would just allow God to search your heart. If there's anything that's there that needs to be repented of, that you would ask God to take it away, confess it, so that you might return to a great love for Christ. This is my challenge today, that we might know revival in Arkansas.